So nothing changed, right? Nothing changed. You're still home in heaven. You're right here, present in this moment, and this is all there is and there ever will be. So enjoy it. Ah, so great. So great to remember that. It's just now. It's just happening now. This is all there is. It's all there is. Nothing else happened. Nothing else is going to happen. It's just right here, right now, in this moment, whole and complete, wholly instant. So the only invitation for you then is to enjoy this as much as you can, to literally like shine your light into eternity for just a moment. And that is exactly what we're going to do today too. Is like, yeah, what else? Today, I mean, we're going to practice this, coming back to the present moment, staying in the present moment, extending, expanding the yeah, the present moment, and see what happens. It has nothing to do with our ideas about it. There's nothing to do with anyone. And at the same time, it's all inclusive for everyone. There's no exclusion of anything. It just is what it is. How lovely. So in the meditation that I say use today, which is one of the lessons, the prayer lessons of Course in Miracles, today's lesson in fact, according to the numbers of the year, like day 341 of the year. And so we use that, but it all tells you the same thing, like there's no other moment in this one. If you want to attack, you can only attack yourself, and go ahead, but don't do it here. It's not necessary. So it's like there's a whole world out there which you can use for that if you don't know that you're only hurting yourself. So there's no need to attack. Your sinlessness is your safety. How great is that? Your sinlessness is your safety, and also it's like it is guaranteed by God. So in your dreams, you can play with it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There's no need to do that, right? So it's like so you don't have to do that. So we practice this in this meditation. So there will be like a couple of repetitions of the prayer. First in English, the second one is in French by Michel. And I started practicing Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. Come on in, guys. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. So that's under all of it, and of course that is Ruichi Sakamoto's music composition. So he's my dear friend from out of time, and yeah, we're going to enjoy this. Here we go. I can attack but my own sinlessness, and it is only that which keeps me safe. Father, your Son is holy. I am he on whom you smile in love and tenderness, so dear and deep and still. The universe smiles back on you and shares your holiness. How pure, how safe, how holy then are we, abiding in your smile, with all your love bestowed upon us, living one with you, in brotherhood and fatherhood complete, in sinlessness so perfect that the Lord of sinlessness conceives us as his Son, a universe of thought completing him. Let us not then attack our sinlessness, for it contains the Word of God to us, and in its kind reflection we are saved. I can attack but my own sinlessness, and it is only that which keeps me safe.
Je ne peux attaquer que ma propre impeccabilité, et c'est elle seulement qui me garde en sécurité. Père, ton Fils est saint. Je suis celui à qui tu souris avec une tendresse d'un amour si grand, si profond et si calme que l'univers te sourit en retour et partage ta sainteté. Comme nous sommes purs, donc comme nous sommes en sécurité, comme nous sommes saints, nous qui demeurons dans ton sourire, avec tout ton amour à nous accorder, nous qui vivons ne faisant qu'un avec toi en fraternité et paternité, paternité complète, dans une impeccabilité si parfaite que les seigneurs de l'impeccabilité nous reçoit comme son Fils, un univers de pensée le complétant. Alors, n'attaquons pas notre impeccabilité, car elle contient la parole de Dieu à nous donner. Et dans son doux reflet, nous sommes sauvés.
So thank you for the meditation, for joining in the meditation. Wow. So continuing in this moment, in the same moment. There's not another moment. So we come back to this, this is our training, practicing the present, you could say. It's like this is our healing moment. It can only happen right now. It cannot happen another moment. And still we say think there's such thing as time in which a process can occur in which you come to something, and so it's like, okay, no, it's happening right now. It's happening right now. It's right here. It's not anywhere else. So it's not going to be better. It's not going to be easier, or it's not going to be anything else. It is happening now. It's really great. It's really great. Yeah, come on in. All right, so the spiritual healing practice, my expression, my prayer, like we just shared the prayer. In fact, it's my prayer. It's my prayer. So, and it is like mm, my practicing. How do I practice? This is my practicing. This is my healing. This is my, say, enlightenment. This is my master. This is my everything. And so there are lots of ways to express yourself, and which is really lovely. So the ones that send something in, I love to share some of that with you. And the great thing of it is that there's something about taking time to really give something. And I see this myself too in my practice. It's like to sit down and just wait for a moment for the inspiration to come to you, and then give and see what happens. Give and trusting and feeling like wanting to give it everything. It's like there's a beautiful gift given in doing so. It's like a beautiful action of mind. So whatever the expression might look like, it is really something else. Like it is a total dedication of your brother to awakening from this dream. It's one expression. It's my healing request of my, yeah, whatever will follow my practice. And that's so lovely. So if you listen to it like that, like someone some one of us took time to just sit down and let come whatever comes out. This is my expression. This is what comes to me in this moment, in this time, to for healing, for, yeah, an attempt to say, let the little voice speak to me, or I feel this, I'm moved to do this, I have to do this. Now that can happen in very different ways, of course, and it's great to see all the expressions. So that's what I love about the freedom. In fact, in this meeting that we come together, you can go almost any direction with it and still be, say, coming from the same goal or same purpose. That doesn't have to be in the way at all. So that's really great. All right, so it is that I always feel like when someone sends something in, I want to add my joy to it. I want to give to that too. Like I want to give to that, just like you are going to when you receive this, when you're going to listen to this. Like, why not give everything to this in the sense of really being open and let yourself be, ooh, yeah, affected by it, completely, like, yeah, receiving it. It's so beautiful. So this is what happened today too. So I received one of the expressions, and we're going to take a look at it. I could not resist of making music for it, just because it was a bit in the direction of, oh, Indian music, wonderful. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Why not? Let's be open and receive. Like, what is given? What is the possibility here? And just for the purpose of joining, like not anything else. Like the purpose of joining is adding my joy to what already is, adding my joy to it, and losing any kind of boundaries almost. Like you lose that in order to just receive, give. and extend. So I've one particular, say, expression in mind that I'm going to share with you now, and this is from the Lin. In fact, a healing request. So um, the fulfillment lies in the request. I can tell you that. That's so great. Like you cannot ask God without immediately receiving. Like it would be impossible. So if you're open, you receive it right away, whatever is asked for. What is it you ask for? Okay, so here is the expression that I love to share then. All right. So thank you so much for sending that in, for sharing that. And see, like I said, the fulfillment is in the moment of receiving it, of actually expressing the request. It's instantaneous what is given. This is what I realized when I was with it too. It's like, yeah, the fulfillment of it, that what you're looking for is presented right here. That's really a miraculous occurrence. Like it's totally amazing, but it is happening right now. That's so beautiful. So I see a chat coming by. Okay, we're going to talk about that later, but that's wonderful. Thank you so much. So this I'm going to share this just first, share this all, so that we undergo this with nothing else, and then you can say whatever you want about it, or yeah, no, thank you for. You can definitely send a text. Yes, absolutely. I'm not stopping you from doing anything, is what I'm saying, but in order to, say, allow ourselves to deeply get into this, it can be really helpful to stay with it for just a moment and then to exchange. So that's really lovely. Thank you for that. So um, that was my healing request, and this is your healing request. You know, that's why I say you too in this video. It's like this is about you. Yes, I want peace. I want to experience peace. And that's my one goal. And that is given me, but I don't seem to experience that all the time. and I know that that's the only truth about me is peace. So yeah, that's a beautiful focal point, you could say, or this is my, the word that I treasure, or this, I want this word to speak to me in a way that I'm completely becoming that word. So this is lovely. And so another expression that came along was an expression about, it's like, my practice. This is actually occurring in my practice, in my daily practice. This is what happens. And I like to take you with me in that. So this is what is our next sharing.
Spiritual Healing Practice. Le souvenir de moi. L'éveil en conscience. Chaque matin, une fenêtre qui s'ouvre à la lumière. La conscience divine. Une substance réelle se manifeste. Une fréquence supérieure. La source, énergie universelle d'amour qui soutient tous les mondes frappe à mon âme. Oui, oui, de basculement en basculement. Ce que nous sommes, une énergie illimitée, impersonnelle. Et la source se fond en moi, un fleuve qui s'écoule, un courant de vie. Je suis la nature du Christ. Je ne suis pas un corps. Je suis libre, car je suis encore tel que Dieu m'a créé. Une énergie toujours plus puissante, partagée d'âme à âme. Un vecteur qui vient exprimer le jeu. Une énergie tantôt folle, tantôt chaleureuse, tantôt harmonieuse. En libération, où la lumière, la paix, la joie, l'amour, les larmes de l'âme et la grâce jouent dans le jardin d'Éden. Par les silences, sans début ni fin, où la petite voix tranquille se manifeste. Un ressenti profond, un bouillonnement, une chaleur de lumière se localise, reste ou se diffuse. Cette petite voix tonne dans le silence de la présence. Mon corps en transition. Une extension de l'amour inconditionnel que j'honore comme un don. Chaque matin, une porte qui s'ouvre, d'âme à âme. Deux êtres se retrouvent, partagent, reçoivent, se révèlent en une grâce incroyable. Nous sommes tout dans cette goutte d'eau, force d'unité universelle, d'unicité issue de la même semence. Nous sommes la source. Reconnaissance et gratitude infinie. Merci.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing this beautiful contemplation. Great to join in it. And beautiful practice. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So, do you see, like, what else are you going to do now then to give everything to this, like to the recognition of your oneness with what is given and to share your joy in it? Like, do you have anything better to do than that? Like, do you have something else to do than just to dissolve into the love that you feel? and allowing that change to occur in which you forget about every idea about yourself. Like that is the healing experience. That is the spiritual healing practice that we do. It's like it is that simple. Like, are you willing to let yourself be dissolved into something greater than your ideas about yourself? That's not so hard. Your ideas about yourself are not that big. And so it's like your ideas about the loveliness of you extend forever in this new experience of yourself. That is the healing that takes place. The rest takes care of itself because there is literally nothing else going on. So that's taking care of that. All right, so yeah, how to proceed? It's always a bit like we have to feel really where we are with this right now. See, I wanted to have a dedicated moment between, I say, after the meditation till now, a little bit longer, in which we share, but still are in, say, keeping this energy as high as possible, in a sense, like staying in our recognition and being like letting ourselves be lifted by that and breathing that in deeply into our belly or into our guts, really. It's like that is going to, say, give us a gift that's appropriate for you to receive, that is so right on time, and that can really be received right now. That is so wonderful. We don't have to learn more in order to experience that. All right, so we continue. So here's another, say, podcast that Janine did. She sent in a video which is partially a podcast and partially a presentation. So I choose to listen to the podcast, the first part of our video. And see, this is also like a healing request. It is also like, okay, this is where I find myself. This is simply how that looks. And I'm giving it over. I'm sharing it. Like, I don't want to hold it for myself. No, I'm sharing this. Like, just like that. So this beautiful openness that is given us in this sharing is so lovely. So yeah, allow yourself to be open to receive it. It's so great. So let's start with that. I'll continue with that.
As part of my spiritual practice, I contemplate. And I share this video that I made where I'm, I guess, coming out of the awakening of just without being specific, just the things of human living that affected me. And so now I'm just realizing, I guess more about that experience that I had repressed, just to cope. So, and part of that is, just identifying with your, I guess, your sensuality and being comfortable about it. And for me, I think the easiest thing, the most natural thing I find is when I'm, just in this writing process, that it's just natural for me to let whatever comes up come up. And I had been contemplating the idea of, God, and just wanting to understand, who I am, and in touch with this central part of me. I just never followed any path about, I've seen things about different ideas, and I just didn't have an openness with much of anything. So I didn't experiment, I guess, with anything, more in my human experience than just simpleness, I guess. So, which is not, doesn't have any bearing, but I just see, sometimes I see so many things out there about, like being a sex goddess, and, I just didn't have that mindset, or the interest to do that. And, however, it might be fun to just think about, having that capability or whatever, anyway, I don't need to go down that road. I just, I'm my own worst enemy, I know. So there comes the word, the enemy. And, there's no enmity against God. And so I was thinking about that, and I thought, well, you could think of the words like, we just name things. So in the lessons, you just learn not to give meaning to things. You've given it all the meaning you're going to give it, because what is it? So I started thinking that shame and guilt, just those two words could be seen like an enemy, which they're really meaningless, unless we give them value. So I just kind of found a place that fell into in the what I wrote here about, God. There's no enmity against God. So why wouldn't you just be your natural self and express yourself, and not feel like you have to be shame or guilty about it, So I think that's part of what I'm doing here, is just trying to, come into my own reconciliation about that. And whenever I think about the goodness of God, there would be no shame in any of that, any sensuality in spiritual living. It's just, we grow and we evolve. And I guess, just define that. And there's a gratitude and a respect, and just an honor about creation, and appreciation for all those, being aware of all the energies, and just coming in touch with what all that is, and what it does for us in our practical way of living. So that's what I'm sharing here, and just continue working on coming into my true self, being myself. So thank you.
Thank you, Janine. Thank you so much for sharing. And so you brought us into like a deep place inside yourself, you could say. Like that's wonderful to that you expose that. Like I love that part of it. You expose that, and that's it. You know, you bring it out in the open, and that's it. That's wonderful. It's like that happened. That happened. So and here we are. And yes, we're advancing on the path. We continue on the path. Like there is light and there is love and there's a new experience. There's a new you coming into, like literally going into a like a birth process in which you won't recognize yourself as the one that you were. And that's just really lovely. So great to take time to express that. So thank you for doing that. And so continuing with our spiritual healing practice, we maybe there's something that you like to share, like you as being in this space here, in this Zoom room as we call it, being present here. That would be great. That's lovely too. So we're going to take a time, like a little bit of a non-public part in this moment together, in which we can share or be still together, or who knows what is going to happen. There's no scenario that's pre-made. I have no agenda in that sense, but I'm open to receive and to connect and to recognize with you, in our oneness experience of each other. It's like referring to that and coming from that perspective, breathing that, returning to that. And that's a lovely exercise. It's a lovely place to be. So let's get started with that. So thank you so much for sharing and for being present here in this meeting. And the non-public part will start. So I hope to see you soon. If you see this, if you watch this on YouTube. Thank you.